Hey guys, I thought I'd record a quick video. I guess everybody getting to the CNC world, people start to have their own little contributions different places, and one of the ones that I wanted to work on was having a real jog dial for the Shapeoko. I'd seen this shuttle used for some Tormac machines and I wanted to get mine reading it, so I hooked it up to a Raspberry Pi that I showed you in a different video and got a program working that would read it and then send commands to the serial port JSON server that John built to drive it around. And then my latest project is that I wanted to build an enclosure for the Pi, so I'd have a nice box for it, and it would also give me a way to show the status and details of what the jog program was doing without having to look up here at Chili Pepper or any other place. So so this is just a little video to show, I guess, the box a little bit. I called it the ShuttleBOX. One of the things that I discovered as part of doing it was a new way to make aluminum, this panel is aluminum, front panels, and get an image on there very cheaply. So this panel cost me like, well, it actually cost me around $6, but I think you can get it for 11 if you don't buy as many as I did, which is great. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link in the video to see if you want to read more about that. But anyway, about the box, it's got the aluminum front panel with the status lights for the different axes and the speed. So let me see if I can put both of these in there. So if I switch axes, you see those update. If I toggle through the speeds, you can see that. I also wanted to add some lights to indicate the connection status to the serial port JSON server. So if that goes down for any reason or whatever, this will let you know if you're not connected anymore. And this one is a general connection light, lets you know if it's talking to the jog dial. So one of the things, and if it's not talking to the jog dial, it kind of resets the whole thing, so it'll disconnect to the serial port JSON server and redo everything. One of the things that I tried to focus on when I built it was connectivity being automatic. So I get annoyed every time that something's not quite right. You have to go log in and restart a service or something. So I tried to make everything as hot pluggable as possible. So for example, if I unplug the jog dial, hang on, it's hard to do with one hand. You'll notice the lights go off. It triggered a reconnect, and it did reconnect to the serial port JSON server, but you'll notice it's not showing that there. So as soon as I plug it in, you'll notice that light come back on. If I can do that with one hand. I need a helper, but my son's already asleep. Both of them are asleep. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, so it's plugged in and it reconnects. The same will happen actually if you look up here. If I come and tell the serial port JSON server to restart, and I click that, you'll notice, you'll see that, well, and I'm commanding, you'll see it disconnect, and then once it comes back up, it'll reconnect automatically. So that's the hot pluggable part. And then of course, and if you didn't see the other video, you can see if I can put this somewhere where you can see it. You can command it in increments. So this one is moving 1 millimeter with every click, and then you can move that around. This is actually way too small for millimeters, but I figured some people might be commanding in inches, so I put that in there. But you could customize all this to be whatever you wanted. So this is obviously smaller positions. You can hear it. So we'll go back to the top speed, and I can move fast here. This is in specific increment counts. And then there's the shuttle wheel, so if you want to move by a speed, you can use that. And then switch axes, obviously. And then you can do the Z. So this is nice if you want to go to a corner and jog to it and switch down to speeds and actually get the tip of your bit right exactly where you want it to be. Just to show you a little bit about the box, what I did was I used a 3D printed design that I kind of built myself in SketchUp. I added a fan here, and then in the latest revision I did, I added a switch for the fan because when I'm working on my desk I don't really need the fan. And actually, you probably don't need the fan at all, but I put it there just in case. So it's kind of noisy a little bit. It's not actually that loud, but when you get used to noiseless computers, any little bitty noise can be annoying. So I got a switch there. This side is just sort of the standard Raspberry Pi ports, and then this up here I mounted an RCA jack because they sell this Raspberry Pi camera mount on eBay, and it's meant to go into the the composite video jack on the original Raspberry Pi. So I just went ahead and bought some and mounted a panel mount thing there and put it on there, and that gives you a nice configurable snake mount that you can mount that with. And then on the back, you know, the Raspberry Pi ports, power and audio and HDMI if you want to plug up a monitor. I've kind of got mine running now to where I don't need a monitor on it. It kind of boots up on its own, stays up, and when I'm done with it I usually just turn the fan off. So anyway, that's the ShuttleBOX. I'm gonna go ahead and I've been working on this design for the enclosure for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and post the SketchUp file and the STL for that in case somebody wants to print it, and I'll also post the G-code for milling out these holes in case anyone is interested in that. Like I said, you may want to customize yours. But anyway, I've been having fun getting that set up, and I think my next upgrade is going to be some limit switches. But I just wanted to make a quick video and share this for anyone who's interested. And if you have any questions, just post on the Google Plus feed, or I'll probably put it in the Shapeoko forums also. And the code for the program, which you can edit and do whatever you want with, is on GitHub. So I'll have a link to that in the description. Okay guys, thanks.